After she got attacked, she felt every blow to her body. And when she got the fatal blow to the head, she can feel. You can feel that within your body. You can feel your bones breaking. You can feel the paralysis come over you. You are unable to defend yourself. You have no connection to your arms and your legs any further. So you cannot move, you cannot walk, you are 100% totally helpless, but still you are conscious. You are still conscious for part of that time, and you can still see the people around you. You are still very aware of the violent situation around you. You can still hear the voices of the people, who are attacking you. She would be 100% paralyzed, and she would not be able to move her arms, her legs. She would not even be able to speak. But she still would be able to hear, and she still would be able to see, and that's the horror of the entire situation. You'd still be able to understand what you're hearing. You'll still be able to see the violence around you, even though your spinal cord was severed.
Today's intro was a clip that came directly from Crime Stories with Nancy Grace, her most recent episode covering Shanquella Robinson's case. If y'all haven't heard the episode yet, it is a good one. However, I will forewarn you, if you are following the case closely, like I know a lot of you are, it is going to sound a bit repetitive because, of course, you have to remember a lot of Nancy's followers are just now hearing about the case for the first time, or they've heard about it here and there, but they don't really know everything. So her job is to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb so that we can all be on the same page. And as always, there were a lot of good points made in her video. However, I'm only going to be touching base on maybe two things. One is a bit of new information regarding one of the Cabo 6 members, and this information was provided by Quilla, which is Shanquella's sister. And then the other topic is centering around the last moments of Shanquella Robinson. A lot of it is going to be touching base on the intro that I played for you, but I'm also going to play a little bit more in the video. But y'all can also check out the full episode, which I'll have linked down in the comment section or the description box. But first, welcome back, Boujee True Crimers, and if you're new, welcome to the Evil Strikes True Crime series, delivered to you in commentary style or a makeup tutorial. Join the investigation by finding your first clue, which is the subscribe button. Once you found it, tap it and join the rest of us while we discuss cases like today's. Harboring a fugitive is not a game you want to play. And the minute you agree to it, every choice you make after that is always affected by this choice that you made. This would be the case for Mrs. Cook, Khalil's mother. So in the episode of Crime Stories with Nancy Grace, she actually had Quilla on the show, which is Shanquella's sister. And during the interview with her, Quilla made a statement that his mom actually no longer works at her job and also no longer lives at the last known residence due to all of the heat that Khalil has been getting regarding this case. Now, it was also said that Khalil shacked up with his mom because he was running from everybody, the police, the public, everybody, and he just wanted to stay under the radar. And his mom went right along with it. And what I don't think she was able to foresee was losing her employment, your source of income. So now you have a son who is a part of an international open murder investigation hiding out in your house.
You know, another thing I would do pronto, I would go to mommy and grandma and auntie, and I would put some pressure on them and let them know there is no mommy-daughter privilege. Oh, no. And if they are hiding these women and this friend, this male friend, if they know where they are, if they are harboring a fugitive, I would put them under the jail right along with the defendants because they are obstructing justice. Quilla Long What about this guy, this friend guy? Who is he? Don't y'all know where he lives?
Yes, but he's no longer in that house.
I bet he's not.
They have to be with a relative, staying with a relative. I don't even think his mama is even going to work. Last thing I heard, that I don't even believe she works there any longer.
Really? So is everybody clearing out, Quill? I mean, help me. Tell me what's happening. What do you know? You know these other women went to college with her. And I would say, you know, they have college degrees, so they're not complete idiots. They did video a homicide, so they may be back in the idiot category.
They are.
But you do know, you know who the guy is. Who is the guy? What is his name?
Khalil Cook.
Say what?
Khalil Cook.
That's right, Khalil Cook.
Khalil Cook.
And he is no longer at his house. Is his mother still at his house?
Neither one of them are there. They're both gone.
Oh, so he's snugged up with mommy. Okay, yeah. Irv Brandt, what do we do now?
Track them all.
Track them both. Yeah, you're right.
Now, if the circumstances were different, where Khalil's mom hadn't chosen to let him live with her, to hide him out, quote unquote, then I would have felt bad for her losing her job, because at the end of the day, parents should not be blamed for what their adult children decide to do. For example, if you have an adult child struggling with alcohol, they get behind the wheel and they end up murdering somebody because they're drunk. That doesn't mean that you are a sloppy drunk and that you're a murderer as well, right? Okay, so circling back to this case, just because Khalil decided to do something that ended up in a criminal act doesn't mean that his mother should be suffering for his actions. But the minute she chose to cover up for him, knowing that he's a part of an open murder investigation, that's where I don't feel sorry for her, because at the end of the day, someone else had to put their child 6 feet underground because of an occurrence that your child was a part of. And if you had any compassion for that other parent or parents, you would make your child turn themselves in and do the right thing. Because if they're innocent as they claim to be, there should be no reason why you fear going into the police station or turning yourself into the FBI and telling your side of the story. Which is why Nazir felt so comfortable going on live that day when everything blew up, because he felt he was innocent. I mean, I'm not saying he is, but at the end of the day, he felt he was, which is why he was the only one openly speaking about this incident since they all came back from Mexico. Now, of course, some of the things he said were sketchy and didn't line up, but that's not what I'm getting at. The point is, he felt he was innocent and he was willing to speak up openly on live. I mean, why can't Khalil do the same if he's innocent, right? And the rest of Cabo 6, apart from Dejanay, of course. But in any event, let me go ahead and play the last part of today's video, which is the full description of Shanquella's last moments, and then we will wrap it up.
What? And I try not to do it, Dr. Gallagher, but I keep putting my little girl, I keep thinking, what if...
Number one is disgusting. The entire...
Seeing the video, and Fox Nation, I hope you're running it. What this girl, Shanquella, went through with her friends.
You know, certainly the trauma is... it's just, well, number one is disgusting. The entire episode, the entire situation is just absolutely disgusting. You know, after she got attacked, she felt every blow to her body. And when she got the fatal blow to the head, you can feel that within your body. You can feel your bones breaking. You can feel the paralysis come over you. You are unable to defend yourself. You have no connection to your arms and your legs any further. So you cannot move. You cannot walk. You are 100% totally helpless. You know, but still you are conscious. You are still conscious for part of that time. And you can still see the people around you. You are still very aware of the violent situation around you. You can still hear the voices of the people, you know, who are attacking you.
But she wouldn't be able to move, right? Because her spine had been severed.
Right. She would be 100% paralyzed, and she would not be able to move her arms, her legs. She would not even be able to speak, but she still would be able to hear, and she still would be able to see. You know, and that's the horror of the entire situation. You'd still be able to understand what you're hearing. You'll still be able to see the violence around you, even though your spinal cord was severed, yes.
A few moments ago, Jackie waved a note at me, which I thought in the heat of that moment was irrelevant. But now I'm rethinking it, and I think it's entirely significant. She held up that Shanquella was not found in the bedroom where we see her getting beaten as her friend guy. Is that who's videoing it, Quilla? It's the guy videoing it?
That's one of them.
Oh.
That's not the actual friend that we know. He's in the room, though, because once the dude that is videoing it, when he panned the phone a little, you can see him on the left. Khalil is standing on the left.
Again, they're on video. Hello, local police. So the fact that Jackie pointed out to me, her body is found in the living room, which Joe Bruno, WSOC TV, that leads me to think that, I mean, once she hit the floor, she couldn't move anymore. They severed her spine, it looks like in the video. Did they drag her into the living room to make it appear as if she had been in there? Not that they woke her up and then started attacking her, Joe, because Jackie's telling me that she's found on the living room floor. That's from the autopsy report, right?
It's in the, yes, it's listed there.
Yeah, it is. She's right. What does that say to you, Joe Bruno?
Oh, and is she found with her clothes on or off?
Off, still off, Joe Bruno.
Yeah, you know, the medical examiner's report is clear as day. Found in her living room, died within 15 minutes of her injuries. I don't have any information on whether she was clothed or whether her body was moved. I do know that, and Quilla can also talk about this, that she had bumps on her face, her lips were cut. She clearly was showing signs of severe injury.
Listen, Nancy was not trying to talk to that woman. Did you hear the way she was like, Joe Bruno? Because last time she checked, she said Joe Bruno. If your name isn't Joe, you should not be responding right now. Thank you. But in any event, the details of Shanquella's death are never easy to hear, no matter how many times you play it, no matter how many times you watch the video. It just never gets easier to hear. And for anyone out there who ever considers sympathy for the Cabo 6, come back to this video and play the intro again. Then come to the end of the video and play the rest of the commentary about how her body was found in the living room, but she was beaten to death in the bedroom. If she couldn't move, if she was basically lifeless, how did her body, which is now dead weight, move from the bedroom to the living room? These people are calculated. They are very, very, very sadistic. I mean, everything they did was intricately planned to the best that they could anyway. And so there's no reason why all 6 of them should not be held accountable for her death. Even Nazir, who claims to have showed up a day later. You may not have committed the crime as far as the murder goes, but you definitely helped cover it up, because not one of them came back to America and spoke up. It was only after Black Twitter, Black Instagram, Black YouTube, Black social media started raising eyebrows and asking questions and wondering why this, and this is happening. Why isn't anyone arrested? What? You telling me this girl went somewhere with her so-called friends and this is how she came back, in a box, in a body bag? No. We need this investigated, and now, pronto. So let's start a friendly discussion down in the comments section. Remember the rules, keep it cute or get the boot, okay? Occasionally I find some people talking out the side of their necks and I have to, delete ya. But for the most part, y'all are pretty good about the comment section. But I know this case particularly warrants all type of people. And sometimes people just think they are almighty above everyone else. And then we have to, humble them real quick. So anyway, that's all I really wanted to pull from that particular episode. But like I said, if you're interested in hearing the full thing, check the description box or the comment section and you can listen to it from there. So on that note, you guys, don't forget to share, like, and I will see you on the next episode of Evil Strikes. Take care and be safe. And Merry Christmas if you don't hear from me before then.